You are listening to the podcast For Wales, See Wales. Now, we are a podcast all about Wales, Welsh issues and Welsh politics. So if you want to be more informed about Wales, please keep listening. But in the meantime, we just need 2 minutes to pay the bills.
You guys are very familiar with passing the ladder down, I would say. Will, you're a journalist, but you help other up-and-coming journalists, don't you?
Yeah, I've got an investigative journalism fund for young people.
Absolutely. And Robin, I remember when I was starting out in comedy, I couldn't believe I got to be in green rooms with the Robin Morgan, and you've supported me a lot. So you're very used to doing it as well.
Thank you.
Now I know you and, feel differently.
It's against my better judgment.
But I want to talk to you about the feminist Green New Deal that Oxfam have done a brand new podcast about, because it really discusses how if you are a woman, you're at one level of the intersectional ladder. If you're a woman of colour, you're on another level of it. You might be a woman from a more challenging financial background. You're on another level of it.
Okay.
And they have a brand new podcast out, which does feature one of your favourite girls, Mel Owen.
I helped when she started out.
He did. And it basically talks about how this deal and the report surrounding it really looks at how if we are going to, as a country, move to more greener policies, we need to make sure that we're taking all levels of that ladder with us. And, the feminist in the title really kind of gives you a hint that women are at the forefront of this report.
That's so interesting. So what kind of ways can people do that then as a society?
So, we've talked about carers on this podcast before. A lot of the time, those caring roles are just naturally put on the women in our society. So any policy that affects carers is going to hugely affect women in our society more than it is men. So maybe actually considering in our families or in our friendship groups, do we try maybe kind of skew that back to a more equal level? It's things like that.
What's the name of the podcast?
It's called Green, Fair and Caring, and it's by Oxfam Cymru.
Green, Fair and Caring, like Shrek.
Exactly
That's
like
how I remember it.
Brilliant stuff.
So with the green element of it, is it's trying to sort of get people from those intersectional backgrounds into sort of more green jobs as well?
Yes, that's definitely a part of it. But, we talked about this on the podcast before, where we think of, okay, these are green policies or the climate and so on. And we think, but people who have quite challenging lives already might think, well, that's not a problem for me.
Yeah.
I've got something that I already need to sort out. That can be for other people. But actually, this kind of podcast discusses how this is for everybody and how it actually helps the most vulnerable in our societies to move to a greener way of living.
I love talking about policy on this podcast because it means like actually getting into the nitty gritty, how to make people's lives better. So when we're thinking about these things, it seems mad not to try and focus on how to make everybody's lives better. Things can get sort of quite regimented by this is a housing thing, this is an environmental thing, whereas policies to sort of push everybody forward seems like the right way to go about it.
Absolutely, we need to encompass everybody in any kind of policy that we consider, but often that doesn't happen. But it's due to reports like this that enable the government to kind of better consider everybody in society when they are making decisions about our future. And honestly, this is not my field of expertise at all, and I learned so much being a part of this podcast. It is not dry. It is not like a little crack a week podcast where you're like, this feels like something that's not for me. I learned so much. I had a lot of fun. There's some great expertise on there as well. Check out Oxfam Cymru wherever you get your podcast.
Will I be a good ally if I listen?
You'll be an even better ally than you already are.
You do it right now. You make me sick.
Subscribe right now.
Great. What's the name of it again?
It's called Green, Fair and Caring. It's by Oxfam Cymru and produced by, you might have heard of them, Heyman Media.
Hello and welcome to another episode of For Wales, See Wales. My name is Robin Morgan.
My name's Mel Owen.
My name's Will Hayward.
Congratulations, you're back.
I'm back.
We're so glad to have you back.
I'm better than ever.
I'm fine.
You were good before, right?
Thank you very much. I'm passable. I've got a little bit of a cold.
We did miss you.
Thank you. It's like you were replacing me with John Swinney. And
it did feel like that a bit. One time I went to go and make a joke at him and I was like, no, he's not going to appreciate it like Robin would.
Shit comic timing. I really enjoyed the episode. I listened with a single tear coming down my face like I was to you guys.
What's the name you're trying to get on to catch on?
Swindog.
Swindog.
What did you say? Swindog Millionaire?
Swindog Millionaire.
He might be, we don't know.
This could be the new Rhunicorn. We don't know.
Swindog and the Rhunicorn. What a duo.
We talked about them in a duo, and someone commented that their favourite bit of that podcast was us saying, if Plaid Cymru get in, would you support them in helping change the Barnet formula? And he was like, no.
In essence, no.
No, fair enough.
So many people have got in touch to say that they thought that the episode before with Matthew Wall was our best one yet. We've had many messages.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the comment saying, praising us for basically shutting the fuck up and letting him speak.
I think there's a lot to be said for that.
So it's our best episode best ever was when
Matthew Wall was like-
we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. I shan't do anything from here on out.
No, but I think there's sometimes when you have a very intelligent person on, another type of show would be like, well, I'm very smart as well, so I'm going to chip in and make all these comments.
No.
Whereas, let the clever man speak, right?
I enjoyed it so to the point where I forgot we were recording something.
Sure.
Like, tell me more. Do you know what I mean? Like, just say more about that. And I think that's how people must have felt. You know?
Yeah.
We were saying before, weren't we, that one of the advantages of having someone who's not a politician is we don't feel like we need to hold them to account. So actually you can just chat to them. Whereas when it's like, you've got someone from any party and they're talking, we kind of feel like, well, we've got to go at them a bit. We've got to challenge the views. Whereas when it's just someone who's interesting and we're just letting them be interesting, it's really good.
Maybe we'll take from that and, think of more guests for the new year who are kind of on that same path as well, who know so much about the field, maybe have their own niche.
It's been mad busy the last couple of weeks, though, isn't it?
It has. We've had
so much news.
It has been mad busy. It's been mad busy for us because it seems like we've just had interview for pods. So this one, we're recording this a little bit earlier than usual, so hopefully nothing massive happens. But there's been so much to talk about. We wanted to just dig in and look at some stuff, especially around Labour, because there's been some funny stuff. There's been some pretty concerning stuff from a Welsh perspective. And I've got some really good insights into what they're planning to do in the new year.
Before we get into that, can I please get some insights from someone who is just on a speed awareness course?
I'd love that.
It's me.
It's me.
It's me. And now I just think because I did it this morning.
Sure.
That makes me the safest driver in this room.
To take people behind the curtain, we were supposed to start recording this at 11:30, and at 11:20, Mel put in the group, I've just finished the speed awareness course. I'll be there as quick as I can, but I don't think I should rush.
And did I? No, I was late.
The course works.
But this is very relevant, guys, because I got the speeding ticket on the way here, on the way to the Heyman Studios about a month ago. And it was that morning, it took me like an hour to get out of Cardiff.
yeah.
And then I thought, I'm 8 minutes late. Now I'm going past Big Tesco. I can make the time up, surely. Did I? No. But in the course, there were people because I did it on Zoom, because I'm an absolute rock star. There were people from all over the UK in it. And so often they kept having to say, okay, this would be 30 in the rest of the UK, 20 in Wales. 30 rest of the UK, 20 in Wales. And there was a guy, and I won't name him, his name could have been Lee, who was from the north of England. And he was like, oh, yeah, well, it's just bullshit, isn't it? It's just bullshit. And the way I got
What, for 20 miles an hour?
Yeah. The way, because I've had no interest. You know, when it all exploded, the whole 20 mile an hour thing was kicking off genuinely. I had no interest. I mean that sincerely, because I have interests and hobbies. But no,
I speak to my family.
Yeah, exactly. I have people I love. But I had really no interest in it. To me, it just wasn't something that kind of made that much of a difference to my life. I got so protective of it. I got so like, well, actually, should we look at how many children haven't died in the last year? Me and Lee were back and forth, honestly, in this course. And apparently it's being rolled out in Scotland.
Right, interesting.
He used the word blanket ban. And I was like, what's it banning, Lee? What's it banning? I got really into it. But
Should we get him on?
Yeah, please. He had a lot of insight.
He's an expert speaking about what he knows about.
Yeah.
Honestly, he had a lot to say. I will be honest with you. But also...
Lee Waters, was it?
Lee Waters.
Yeah.
It was him. It was him. But I also, on that note, wanted to show you something that I saw. So I live in Canton in Cardiff, and I saw this car, and I mean this sincerely, never been drier in my whole life when I saw this. What the hell is this?
Oh, wow.
Okay, so for audio listeners, it's a nice car.
Yeah.
Driven by a flag shagger because it's got Union Jacks pointing out of the roof.
Almost like it's an ambassador.
Yeah, it's like a motorcade car,
It's
isn't
like,
it?
yes, the ambassador of the UK has visited Canton.
Two Union Jacks.
Two Union Jacks. And let's be honest, it is a he, also has this on his driver's door.
Oh.
Which is a no to 20 mile an hour sticker.
My say matters, no 20 dragon. Well, that's clear.
That is clear. No 20 drive. www.msm.cymru.
Mainstream media?
Should we have a look?
Surely.
Yeah. Mainstream media. Do you think it is?
Surely.
MSM.
Melanie, sugar, Melanie.cymru.
That's Cymru. Okay.
I love that you've gone phonetic alphabet, but you've chosen your name for M. That is such a baller thing to do.
You know what you're getting with me.
Okay. So we didn't know what this was going to show. So I've put in that website.
No, what is it?
It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. Okay. First 5 are, this website has been deactivated.
Oh, no.
Next 3, smaller font. Please contact support.
Oh, well, what a disappointment.
The irony that it was slow to load. Oh my God.
God, he's got a website, which is
not
Which he's stuck on his car. Rather boringly, it is taxed and it is MOT'd. Although
annoying.
tax runs out January 1st.
Oh, come on.
Let's hope he has a very distracted couple of weeks.
Be ashamed if there were a national holiday to distract him.
Shall we talk about politics? And
Oh, go on then.
we're going to bounce around a bit today because there's been lots of little bitty things which I want to talk about, but I don't want us to get too bogged down. But we're going to start with where every good conversation starts, and this is within the Senedd. And this is within the Senedd. You've got to be able to fucking say Senedd, Will. And it's within the Welsh Parliament's Public Accounts Committee.
Sorry, what's this actually called? What's been called for many years?
The Senedd.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. As if we would let that slide.
Dewy Dusky Cymraeg. But I'm not there yet.
Da iawn.
So, it's inside the Senedd's Public Accounts Committee. Now, they were hearing evidence from the COVID Bereaved Families for Justice Cymru group. Now, these are mainly women, there's men in it as well, who lost loved ones during the pandemic and wanted initially to see a Welsh-specific inquiry. When it became clear that the Welsh government simply were not going to do that, what they became focused on is ensuring that the very real failings in the COVID response in Wales were properly addressed during the UK COVID inquiry. And they became core participants. They've done some amazing stuff. They were giving evidence, and one of the key organisers in it, a woman named Sam Smith-Higgins, was talking. And after a few seconds, it became obvious she was getting a bit annoyed with one of the MSs who was watching. You haven't seen this, have you, Mel?
I've heard about it.
Okay. Let's watch it.
Don't get any support. The Scottish families are in there discussing with their government what needs to be done. And I don't know where it comes from. Mike's on his phone now. Mike couldn't care less.
Looking things up, actually.
Yeah.
I think that
You've been on your phone all the way through this, Mike, all the way through our discussions, and
It makes me want to cry.
Yeah, it's kind of rude.
I was looking things up. If you don't want me to look things up, I will not.
No,
look
you've
them
been.
up.
I've seen
Please,
you
could you
tweeting
listen?
things.
Please, could you
Yeah.
give us the respect and listen to us?
I will certainly listen to you. And
Yeah.
you're going to have to listen to
But
me
this
later
is
on.
this is kind of what we felt up against throughout this, is that Welsh Labour think we're troublemakers, we're this, we're that. And actually, do you know, I could cry.
Legendary. I'm sorry, Sam Smith-Higgins's delivery there. Mike's on his phone. Mike couldn't care less. That was brilliant.
But Mike really lent into that. I've been found out, so I'm going to double down. No, I wasn't. I was looking
looking
things
it
up.
up, yeah.
Like, throwing the apps away. No.
Let's say-
Hit him with a Candy Crush.
Let's say Mike was looking things up, and
Yeah.
we've got no evidence to suggest
No.
he wasn't fully engaged in that. It was just how it was been perceived. So maybe he was playing Candy Crush, maybe he was looking things up. When someone says that to you, I think what your reaction ideally is I'm really sorry, I was looking up stuff that was pertinent to what you were saying.
Yeah.
Phone down.
I'm really sorry. The last thing I'd want you to do is get that impression. But he really went into the, you'll have to hear from me later.
There are lots of people, often men, who really cannot take responsibility when they get found out for doing stuff, and they'll just start to like throw shit around, don't they?
Yeah, mention things that aren't relevant. Sorry, that came from somewhere quite personal, actually. No, do you know what this reminds me?
Swinny.
You know what you like? His wife listens. She might be able to corroborate that. We don't know. This reminds me of when, and I know this is toxic about me, but we can both be sat there on our phones on the sofa, and then the minute I put mine down, I'm like, oh, so you're just on your phone? Are you?
Yeah.
Just on your phone all night? Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll just go in another room, shall I? That's me.
The other week, me and Jen had a rare night off that we were both in.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I was like, "What do you want to do?" And she's like, "I don't know what you want to do." I was like, "Do you want to sit on the sofa and watch something, but both of us be on our phones, not speaking?" She's like, yeah. I was like, great, perfect.
Put that in my veins.
This is perfect.
Put that in my veins.
It's okay, we're still together because our feet are touching.
Yeah.
What's that in the room?
Yeah, exactly. It's fine.
You know?
We're going to talk more about the COVID inquiry in future weeks because actually there was a lot of really important evidence there. And I think there's a big discussion to be had about the COVID response. But I think what I think is just fundamentally interesting about that is this perception that the families who lost people during COVID do feel ignored by the Welsh government. Yeah. And they didn't get the inquiry, which I think you can strongly argue everyone in Wales needed. But I think it was fair play to them for just saying, Mike's on his phone.
Yeah, calling it out, for sure.
Yeah. Going to change pace now, and I'm going to show you a video of Eluned Morgan doing an impression. So last week, when me and Mel met Swindog, so it's Swindog and Rhunicorn.
Swindog and Rhunicorn. I love it.
Yeah, like an animated duo.
Crime busters
Yeah.
of the sea.
Yeah.
A journalist who I know, who's not well, I do know others, did message me to be like, do you think the Rhunicorn minds that you're calling him the Rhunicorn? And I was like, that horse has bolted.
Yeah. I think it's fine.
Really, the horse has bolted. Do you know what I mean? It's happening now.
And I think
We've
it's
got
good.
merch with it on.
It's good branding. Do you reckon some of his underlings call him it?
Call him
Like
Rhunicorn.
do you reckon there's a WhatsApp group which is called like the Rhunicornites or something?
Oh, Rhunicornettes.
Rhunicorn riders.
Ooh, no, probably not. Probably not.
The Rhunicorn stable hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plaid has changed. It's fine.
What do you want to show us, Will?
So at the British-Irish Council Summit last week, there was a dinner and they were talking about creative industries, and Eluned Morgan was introducing actress Ruth Jones, famously Nessa from Gavin and Stacey. And Eluned Morgan did an impression. Actually, I think it's quite good.
And did an impression of Ruth Jones.
She did an impression of Ruth Jones as Nessa.
In front
In front of Ruth Jones?
Yes.
Interesting.
Here we go.
Ooh.
I hate this already.
Creativity, it's not just a luxury. At the end of the day, when all's said and done, it's what brings us together, innit? So have a cracking night. And don't skimp on the pudding, all right? Tidy. Crossly Gymru, Ruth, over to you.
Wow.
I personally hated that. That hurt me physically. It was good.
Oh, it was a good impression. I actually think fair play.
I don't know, because it's such a weird one, isn't it? Because if she was polling like net
If
favourability,
things are going well,
totally. It's
we'd be
like,
like,
oh, look, she's one of the people. She's been like
If Zach
referencing.
Polanski pulls that out,
Yeah.
people might be going like, oh,
Yeah. Did you see the clip of him at the Rizzle Kicks gig?
no.
So he came out. The Rizzle Kicks bought him out, and
Bought him out.
bought him out. They were like, "You got to get
Hostile takeover.
I don't even know your songs.
Say sorry."
Yeah.
And obviously they've got a song called "Down with the Trumpets,"
Yeah.
and then he just did a list of things he's not down with.
Oh, sure.
He was like, "We're down with the trumpets, but we're not down with fascism, guys." And
Great.
you know, it was like an uncle at Christmas who'd had too many. But because
Interesting.
people like him,
But like Jeremy Corbyn at Glastonbury, right?
Yeah,
People started
yeah.
to really like go for it. Then,
Yeah.
If she was smashing it in the polls, it's like, oh look, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to, I think Keir Starmer was asked, "What's your favourite film?" And he's like, "My favourite television show is this." Like, that's not the question, Keir Starmer. Have a personality.
I think, as you say, because she's polling badly, stuff like that, you go, oh, come on. It's all kind of context dependent. It did kill in the
Yeah,
room.
what an
They
applause
loved
break.
it.
I'd kill for that
Yeah.
reaction. But also, she can't behave like she's, minus 30 net favourability.
No,
you
she
can't go
can't
out
come-
like,
no.
sorry for being here, sorry. Sorry, here's Ruth Jones. Sorry, Ruth, sorry, everybody.
no, you are right. She can't. No, she has to put up a fight. You know,
And she is good at this kind of stuff.
because it was
Like,
good.
it was a good
Yeah.
impression, but I know what you mean. It was a bit icky.
Yeah, it felt eggy. I didn't enjoy it.
Eggy.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. But we come on here all the time and talk about politicians trying to look like human beings.
Yeah.
And she did that. And I
Yeah.
think it was obvious she wasn't somebody pretending.
If your mate did that, you'd be like, oh, show him that.
That was
yeah,
good.
it's pretty
yeah.
good. Do you reckon-
'Cause I think it's very obvious when politicians do it inauthentically. Like they try to be. Have you? Oh, okay. No, I do love Meghan Markle. I do, but forgive me, Princess Meghan. There's a clip of her being like trying to pretend. Like somebody says, "Oh, what do you and Harry do of an evening?" She's like, "Oh, when we put the kids to bed and we've played a little Wordle and then a bit of Duolingo, and then we sit down." And like it's clearly like you do none of these. Like nobody believes you.
Yeah.
And whereas this felt authentic, right?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Usually, if someone can do an impression, they can usually do other impressions. Like there's a bit of a sort of parrot element to them. Do you reckon she's got other things in her locker?
I reckon she does a great Vaughan Geffin.
Sure.
I want to go in the Lords.
Yeah. Just polluting
no.
rivers.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Didn't do anything wrong.
Didn't do anything wrong, guys.
Lord Gething did not. Is he a lord yet?
I don't think it's happening, is it?
It's not happening.
No, what happened?
He didn't do anything in his job, did he? Because some journalist got in the way.
Didn't pass probation.
Well, barely, did he?
The reason I've mentioned this, not just because it was quite a good impression, is because over the last couple of weeks, there's been a kind of a running theme with Labour about UK Labour essentially not really giving two hoots.
Yeah.
There was an exchange on the subject of horses. There was this exchange.
Stop, really?
There's more horses.
Oh.
There was an exchange between the Rhunicorn and Eluned Morgan in the Senate last week, where horses, both white and the darkest of horses, got mentioned. Have you seen this?
No, I am sat.
Okay.
Bans over coming years, and what does she think will be the consequences of this for our democracy?
You know what? If Rachel Reeves had rode over the Severn Bridge on a golden horse and handed out £1 million to every person in this country, I still think you would have said that Wales would be shortchanged.
She didn't do that though, did she?
This.
If Rachel Reeves rode into Wales on the darkest of horses and decided to pull every single penny out of Wales, this First Minister would still say that it's the best deal for Wales ever.
I mean, justice for dark horses.
Yeah.
Feels like colorism.
I'm going to say it, shit bands.
Yeah.
From both sides, and that's a bit of balance here on the podcast.
Yeah.
What I like is, as soon as you said, he rode over on a golden horse, you see the Rhunicorn just grab his pen and go, I'm going to
Embracing us.
Synonyms for horse. Going to rhymezone.com, trying to find like a... it's... I mean, Rachel Reeves, fair play. If she had ridden over the Severn Bridge, it's been fucking horribly closed this week. It took me 5 hours to get to London on Tuesday and 6 hours to get home. It was smelly hours.
11 hours, aren't they?
Yeah, because loads of horse manure all over it. Reeves!
Golden horse manure.
Interesting exchanges.
Do you remember back in the day when the UK government minister, Darren Jones, told Wales to be more grateful?
Darren Jones lookalike of Robin Morgan.
Yes, indeed.
Darren Jones, you might want to be a bit more grateful. So,
Good luck, though.
at the British and Irish Council Summit, he was the UK government's representative. So I asked him a question. I said, unlike Scotland and Northern Ireland, Wales will get no consequential from HS2 funding. This will cost Wales billions. The First Minister has made it central to her request from the UK government to get this fair funding. The funny thing was they were sat next to each other, which was particularly enjoyable.
That's good.
When this was raised in the House of Commons, you said Wales should be more grateful for the funding they received on rail. Do you think Wales is getting a fair deal on HS2? Mr. Jones's response. You check the transcripts. I said the Liberal Democrat MP who asked the question should be more grateful, not the people of Wales.
Don't think you did.
To be clear, you also said that the Liberal Democrat MP got £400 million. So obviously you couldn't have just been talking about him.
Rachel Reeves has been going on a lot of horses recently,
A
hasn't
lot
she?
of golden horses.
I mean that's bollocks. You were talking about Wales. He represents the people of Wales.
Yeah, and he in that moment was asking on behalf of the people of Wales. So either way, shit excuse.
The Liberal Democrat MP, David Chadwick, was not saying, you haven't given me £2 billion in HS2 consequentials. So if you check the transcripts, I said the Liberal Democrat MP who asked the question should be more grateful, not the people of Wales. But look, I recognise the criticism of previous governments from Eluned and the team here, and the decision that the Conservatives took around funding of HS2. Fair play, he does call it Eluned, not Eleanor.
Great.
We can't rectify the past. But what we have done since coming into government is commit hundreds of millions of pounds over the next few years following the Burns Commission. There was a great announcement this week with the Transport Secretary coming over with Ken, skates.
Oh, Ken.
Oh, Ken.
Ken dog.
Yeah, why don't they just get us
That's him skating.
the Barbie train HS2 consequential dream house? And the team looking at Cardiff Station. I know there's more that we can do to invest in Wales, because that is exactly what happens when you have two Labour governments working to deliver for the people of Wales, in stark contrast, as you said in your question, I didn't, to how it used to be when the Conservatives were in Westminster. First things first, we've discussed, obviously, he was not talking to a Liberal Democrat MP. The second thing is, we can't rectify the past. You can absolutely rectify the past. It is perfectly within your gift to rectify the past. You could reclassify HS2. Even if you don't want to rectify the past, you could at least stop this happening again in the future. There is nothing more in your gift than to change what the future for the UK is, because if you couldn't change the future for the UK, what the hell is the point in a government in the first place? They could literally change it so that this doesn't keep happening exclusively to Wales, but it gets shafted on big rail projects. But they're not. They can't rectify the past. They've given us hundreds of millions of pounds. They're just automatic Barnett consequentials. It's not extra money. Just stop talking rubbish. It is completely indefensible to have Eluned Morgan sat there when the UK government previously the Welsh government had said, this is inexcusable, we're going to take the Tories potentially to court over this, and then have him next to her going, yeah, nothing we can really do about it. We've said it so many times, but it is just a complete afterthought. We saw this week that a rail line between Liverpool and Hull had been classed as a Wales and England project. Liverpool to Hull, unless it's by a Bangor, there's no reason for that to be.
I mean, you hear a lot about the clashes between Welsh Labour and Westminster Labour, and obviously they're briefing to try and make that divide a little bit longer. But if you do have somebody from Westminster Labour on stage with you, do it there.
Yeah,
call them out there. That's going to make more headlines than just a drip-fed, no, I don't really agree with what Keir Starmer, we differ on devolution. Fucking say it.
Yeah. And that would be so much more believable. And I think it would help the people of Wales to feel, you are on our side.
Yeah, fighting for Wales.
But at the moment, I mean, they're just really struggling to demonstrate that in any way. And like you say, the kind of back at home when the Westminster lot aren't actually there going, no, we do think this is a bit rough.
Yeah.
No, where were you when you could have said it?
Yeah.
I mean, last week we had that letter from a third of Labour MSs who were saying to Keir Starmer, you need to stop riding roughshod over devolution. That was discussed at Chequers, as I understand it, just a week ago. They actually said that if this was a Tory government doing it, they'd be taking them to a judicial review. My point would be, why aren't you taking them to a judicial review? If there's an injustice here for Wales, you should be doing it anyway. I've got a really good example. This comes from a Plaid Cymru FOI. And do you remember when we were talking about local housing allowance and that being frozen and how that really hurts Wales? So back in February, Jane Bryant wrote to the UK government asking them to unfreeze local housing allowance. They replied saying, yeah, we're not going to do that. But Jane Bryant did say that she would continue to push the UK government. This FOI says she hasn't issued any further correspondence to the UK government. So Jane Bryant, the housing minister in the Welsh government, hasn't actually asked the UK government directly at all to unfreeze it. But there is a hero. There is someone, Jane Hutt.
Stop, really? We haven't heard about Jane Hutt in a while, actually.
Riding on a golden greyhound.
Jane Dodds is furious.
Yeah. Oh shit, have I gone wrong James?
You're thinking Jane.
I've been mugged off. Swindog wouldn't have done this.
If Swindog knows who Jane Hutt is, I will be amazed.
Sorry, James. Both of you.
Both of them.
So Jane Hutt is the Welsh Government's Social Justice Secretary. And if you're wondering what that means, no one knows.
Sure.
Now, Jane Hutt, this FOI said that she had written to the UK government twice in the last 6 months calling for LHA to be restored to the 50th percentile, which is an official Welsh Government policy. So she'd written to the UK government twice, her colleagues at the other side of the M4. The FOI said no response has been given to either of these letters.
Oh, that's brutal.
And not even responding to them.
I have a question about FOIs.
Yes.
I find them quite exciting. Do you have to legally... is it like someone coming around and serving you papers and you have to give them the questions that they ask for?
Yeah, so an FOI, a Freedom of Information request, is anyone can do it. It's not just a journalist.
I want to do one. I'm going to tell you about it shortly.
Right?
So you could. I've got about 20 in at the moment.
Really?
Yeah. The way an FOI works is you essentially send to any public body or authority and say, I would like to request the following information. And there's a bit of an art to doing it in a way that they can't refuse. So there's certain things that are commercially sensitive, they can refuse on those grounds. Public bodies can refuse on the grounds that it will take too long to get the information. I think it's 21 hours. If it's going to take longer than that in essentially work time to do it, they can reject it. So if I put in a freedom of information request, I usually say, I want the following information, but if that's going to go over the threshold, I'd settle for just this.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So I might say I want this for the last 10 years, and actually they'll be like, we give you 4 years. They can also refuse it on the grounds that it's going to be in the public domain soon. There's all sorts of stuff around it. But you can put in FOIs on lots of things.
Long-time listener of the podcast has suggested an FOI. Have you seen all the stuff about people returning reform leaflets back to reform?
Oh, yeah.
With in very heavy things to sort of get them to cost the party more. She would like to know how much that has cost reform in total for everybody doing those things.
So I would love to know that more than almost anything. The problem is you can't FOI like a political party. You could request your own data.
But they're a business, Will.
Yeah. Well, you definitely can't FOI reform because they're not a publicly funded body.
Interesting. So you can only do it to publicly funded
So you can do it
bodies.
to universities.
Sure.
You can do it to schools. You can do it there's all sorts of organisations, but political parties will just say no.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Will.
I think what this freedom of information request shows is that there is just the idea of the two sides of the M4 working in lockstep it's just meaningless.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not happening, is it, at the end of the day? And also, nobody believes that it is.
No.
So they can keep pretending, but no one believes it.
Yeah, I think Westminster Labour will get a bit of a shock come May when they don't have a Labour government in Wales, to basically get some flack there. Because they've only got a few months left of this argument, right?
Yep.
Yeah. My first response to what you just said was like, well, surely if we know, surely they know how bad it's going. But genuinely, my experience of campaigning in the past and stuff was how much higher up the ladder, do not listen to anything that is being said on the ground or maybe from the parties on a more regional level.
Right.
And do you remember the snap Theresa May election?
Yeah.
When everything started looking golden, hence why she called the snap election. It looked really, really good for her. I remember being out, obviously I was with a Tory MP, and we were being sent into areas of his constituency which we never would have been sent to before because they were Labour heartland. We were being sent there, and to start with, it was going brilliant. We're with Theresa May. The birth of the Maybot happened. She went on the one show and did the whole girls' jobs and boys' jobs, and it just
Was
fell
this the
apart.
strong and steady messaging?
Yeah.
Where she just kept saying
Strong and
steady.
stable leadership in the national interest.
Yeah.
It was like a 9-word
Over
slogan.
and over again.
Of course.
And genuinely, it fell apart overnight.
Isn't that funny how
Overnight.
it just goes like that?
Yeah.
The narrative just
Was that
completely
the field
shifts.
of wheat?
Yes, it was field
the
of wheat.
naughtiest thing you've ever done?
It
Yeah.
was that, and we were going. We completely as in my boss could lose this. We were going and they were like, he's not gonna, he's on a safe seat. We were like, he's going to. Honestly, this is going terribly out there. And as in CCHQ in London, we've been like, this Welsh lot are chatting bollocks, they're thick as shit. They're not gonna do it. It's just not gonna happen. And then on the night, everyone then shouted at us, being like, how could you get this so wrong?
Yeah.
And you're like, you didn't listen. And I think the same thing could happen here, where Labour in Westminster probably don't realise how badly it is going in Wales.
It's so weird, isn't it? Because you see some stories about Starmer being basically told, not just Wales, but local elections across the UK, and this could be, people are waiting for leadership challenge based on these things. But yeah, I mean, here it's going to be fucking bad.
Yeah. And I just wonder if they realise.
Yeah.
Well, an example of how the divide between kind of UK government and Welsh government. There was that investment summit a couple of weeks ago in Newport, which Secretary of State for Wales, Jo Stevens, apparently sources have told me that she refused to attend that because she wasn't given a speaking gig.
Really?
But she wasn't given a speaking slot. She was asked if she wanted to introduce the Secretary of State for Business and Trade, Peter Kyle, but apparently refused. I did go to the Wales office and they said, government departments routinely divide attendance at engagement and events between their ministers. The Wales office was represented at the investment summit by Minister Anna McMorrin, who carried out a series of meetings with business leaders. Maybe she didn't. Sources tell me that she refused to go because she wasn't given a speaking slot.
I mean, it's like it's school Christmas play season, and we all want our kids to have more lines. That's what I'm saying. And maybe she wants some more lines. That's absolutely fine.
So Vaughan Githing has been in the headlines over the last couple of weeks.
What have you been doing to it?
I haven't done anything. The Times reported that Keir Starmer was planning to make him a lord.
Lord Gething.
Give him a peerage.
Why?
What a question.
Why is anybody giving a bloody peerage? I mean, but genuinely, there has to be some kind of justification as to why he would have been. I mean, he's not going to, is he?
I'm always baffled by the amount of people they give lordships to, considering it's like there is a finite amount of space in the House of Lords. They can't keep adding chairs in. I know they die.
30,
they are rolled.
Yeah.
34 new peers have been made just overnight on the 10th of December.
And not Gething.
Well, they were announced. So Vaughan Githing wasn't included. So
No.
I think kind of one of two things has happened. Either Keir Starmer was planning to make Vaughan Githing a lord. I would suggest maybe because when Githing had to step down, it was kind of a, don't worry, we'll give you a spot in the Lords. Or he was planning to do it and was such a pushback on it that he said, no, actually, we're not going to do it. Or they kind of floated it.
Yeah, sure.
They kind of put it out there to see what the public reaction would be. And then when people were like, what the hell are you doing? Why are we opening this can of worms again? I think it's really funny that 34 new peers were made on the 10th of December. Well, were announced on the 10th of December. And no one seems to bat an eyelid. We have 36 more members of the Senate, and people are like, this is a chronic, terrible waste of money, whereas we jam like 34 old boys back into wedge them into a bench in the middle of...
Yeah, how many lords are there? And how many seats are in... I mean, fire safety regulations.
It feels off, doesn't it?
It's sort of first come, first served type
Building
situation.
that does go up in flames, we know that.
Yeah.
There are currently around 800 members of the House of Lords. That goes up to about 850. It kind of oscillates around that. This does include 26 Lords Spiritual, bishops, because it's important to get the bishops in there.
Yeah.
There's also hereditary peers, although I think we've just got rid of some of them. I think because we got rid of a lot back in Blair's time.
Like two houses of government make sense. Like
Yeah.
I like
Checks and balances.
totally.
Yes.
I like that. That makes sense. But this idea that just like we'll just keep creating new ones, it just seems wild.
On no basis.
Yeah.
Because, like, how could we ever have justified Vaughan Githing of having been one? How can you even float that? I do understand a Prime Minister who has served a long time or the country through... Mark Drakeford would make more sense.
He wouldn't take it.
I've always thought...
Nor would Rhodri Morgan. Although Eluned Morgan is actually Baroness Morgan.
Yeah, she already is, isn't she?
I wouldn't take an MBE or an OBE. Just for my own personal belief.
British Empire in the name.
Yeah, exactly. It feels a bit rough. Lady, I mean, I already feel like one anyway.
Lady Owen.
Yeah, come on. Even my own morals,
Yeah.
I would possibly put to one side on that basis.
How would you become a lady? What would you need to do?
I'd have to be put in the House of Lords by one of this lot. If anyone thinks that in the future they would put me in the House of Lords, let it be known now and we'll be nice to you on the pod.
Does it have to be a Prime Minister to make that decision?
No, so the leader of the main parties nominate. So you've got Keir Starmer, I think, nominate 26, and then Kemi Badenoch puts them in, Ed Davey put some in.
So Nigel Farage for you? 4 years?
Good.
So the House of Lords Hereditary Peers Bill 2024-25 aims to end the exemption for hereditary peers. So basically you get to be a lord because your dad was a lord. But they've already just kind of replaced them with the current glut of people that they're putting in.
That makes sense for you because it could be Sir Mel Owen and then Lady Mel Owen and just continue. This
is so true. My dad's also called Mel Owen. So if your dad's a lord, you become a lord.
Mm-hmm. Only ones that are hereditary peers. So if Vaughan Githing was made a lord, his kids wouldn't become lords. It's only long-standing hereditary peers. I mean, the idea that we ennoble people, I think it's just an anathema to kind of democracy. I agree that actually I think a two-chamber legislature is not a bad thing. But with the Vaughan Githing stuff, I was thinking it's fairly traditional that kind of former leaders of countries get into the Lords. And I don't mean this flippantly. What's he done? He was the First Minister for 4 months. It was incredibly controversial. I don't think you can point to anything meaningful that was achieved during that time, except wild stagnation. His other main selling point was that he was the Health Minister during COVID. a time when, that must have been a pretty tough job. But the COVID inquiry has revealed that Wales had the worst death rate, even when you account for population. Betsy Cadwallader Health Board is still in special measures. We're not even getting the waiting list data for Wales at the moment because of how bad data collection is in Betsy Cadwallader. And for about 5 years of his time in office as health minister, Betsy was in special measures. Like, I don't know what you're pointing to say, look at this thing he did.
Yeah.
Please, dear God, please tell me Liz Truss is not in the House of Lords.
She's not in the House of Lords
Yet.
I can tell you who has been selected. The Tories had 3. There was Sharon Davis, MBE, who was a campaigner for women's rights and Olympic swimming silver medalist.
Yeah.
Okay. The Tories also nominated Simon Heffer, who is a professor of modern British history at the University of Buckingham and a historian, journalist, author and political commentator. God, if you're letting those people in, where's mine? And then the final one from the Conservatives was a former Secretary of State for Wales, Sir John Redwood, most famous in Wales for miming the Welsh national anthem. Have you ever seen that clip?
Was that him?
It's an iconic video, isn't it?
Absolutely
he must
incredible.
be, respectfully, quite an age now. Because I feel like he was of an age in that video.
One of the.
I mean, he's still pretty young for the Lords.
Yeah, one of the youngest lords.
Yeah, he's just a whippersnapper in the Lords at the tender age of 74.
There probably is a Lord whippersnapper, to be completely honest. Interesting. I reckon you'll make it into the Lords.
Do you reckon?
I reckon out of the 3 of us, you're most likely to make it into the Lords.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Do you reckon? Well, I'll try, guys. I'll try. Let's see where we're at in a year. Let's make a note of this.
Yeah, start manifesting.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it
Start
works.
wearing some fur.
Any more on Labour?
To quote Nessa, no.
We're going to finish then with a little palate cleanser. I want to talk to you about the Reform councillor who doesn't say anything. I want to talk to you about a Vale of Glamorgan councillor, and his name is Brandon Dodd. Brandon Dodd, pretty young chap. He ran recently in a by-election in Barry to become a councillor and for Reform. And his selling point, the social media around his campaign said that he was going to be the voice of the people. He also said that he wanted to highlight issues in the area. Now, he got elected a couple of months ago, and there's been 3 council meetings. The first 2, he didn't speak at all. The voice of the people didn't speak. And in the last one, there was actually a vote over the development of a greenfield site, which was in his constituency, which has been earmarked for housing. So quite a big development.
Yeah.
And he didn't turn up. And that meant that it passed. So him and the Tory councillor were both absent. If they had been present, there's a good chance they'd have been overturned the vote. So I don't know why he wasn't there. Could have been a completely legitimate reason to miss the meeting. But ultimately, in the 3 months that Brandon's been in post, he hasn't spoken in a council meeting, and he didn't turn up for one of them.
Let's defend the guy. I think, it's nerve-wracking in a new job. You want to sort of see the lay of the land. You don't want to come in all guns blazing, do you?
I think he was trying to work out where the coffee was.
I think so. He probably hasn't got his Wi-Fi yet.
He hasn't got the login.
Yeah, his pass doesn't work.
He's got his pencil case with everything. It's all fresh still,
his little Pepsi pencil case.
Yeah.
Did you get a new pencil case each year?
Yeah, I loved it.
Stationery is my jam. I absolutely love stationery. Yeah.
Do you like a fresh notepad?
Fresh notepad is great.
Yes.
The potential.
Yes. The good shit that could go in there.
Have you ever kept a diary?
I don't think I ever did keep a diary.
Mel was a journaler, I'm guessing.
Oh, so hard.
Are you a gratitude journaler as well?
Oh, no, I'm not, because
She's
I'm not
not a
grateful.
gratitude journaler.
I'm not grateful for anything.
List of enemies.
Why am I not in the Lords? Just repeat it over and over
You
again.
joke, right? I found in one of my old diaries when I was about 10, and it would have been written at this time of year because it was in our rehearsals for our school play. And I had a list of people I'd like to get revenge on when I'm an adult.
When you're an adult?
Do you still have the diary?
Yeah.
Can you bring it to a live show?
Yeah. 2 of them are dead now, so job done.
Smokey the horse?
No, I've loved keeping a diary. I always have. And I think what I have now is a couple of lines a day.
Okay.
But it's the same day every year on the same page. So 1st of January, I'll have 5 of them on one page. So I can read
that's
last
sweet.
year's. Yeah. And
That's
then
a good
at the end
idea.
of the 5 years, boom.
What happens on leap years?
I'll have a look.
I sleep through it. The 29th, I just...
It just, I don't bother.
That's when you commit revenge.
Exactly.
Every 4 years, you get
that's
revenge on
good.
that day, so there's no record.
Honestly, I found that and I was like, what a troubled child.
That's really funny.
Yeah. I remember because I was so annoyed at how rehearsals were going for our school play.
What was the play, do you know?
It was like a rock version. Oh, there was a journalist in it, actually. You'd have loved it. It was like the
You'd
nativity.
have loved it. It's his only personality trait.
There was a nativity and there was a journalist going around trying to work out like what was going on. Basically.
Who the baby's father was.
Yeah, very much that, yeah. I just remember there was a line where one girl had to go, what a scoop. And she just couldn't do it.
No.
And I was there, because I very much saw this as like my chance to be discovered. Like
Yeah.
I'd be in Capilseo on the school play, the Disney Channel would see this,
Yeah.
take me to America.
Then in the Lords.
And then in the Lords, that's how it always goes. I was getting very annoyed at her that she just couldn't do this line. And I was that very precocious child that was like, shall I just do it? Shall I?
Yeah,
And they were
of
like,
course you
no,
were.
you're Gabriel, Melanie, no.
I can do everything. I can Eddie Murphy this entire shit. I can Nutty Professor the entire shit.
Just me. Different hats constantly.
Having a breakdown.
Nice. Well, that's covered Brandon.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been very good in the school play, would he, Brandon?
No, me shouting at him, get it right.
Yeah, get it right, Brandon.
I mean, maybe he wants to come on the podcast. Genuinely, I'm being sincere now. If he came on the podcast...
Oh, yeah, we've really made the sale to him here, haven't we?
This
We haven't had a
safe
single
space.
reform guest yet.
No.
Like, I think it's, it's not for lack of trying.
They've got an open invite.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I just think that maybe this actually might be a calmer space for him to like feel confident enough to raise his voice a little bit.
Yeah, we bring him, we'll bring some treats.
Yeah, like a lozenge or something.
Like a fucking megaphone. Speak up, Brandon.
Drayford gets cheese. Matthew Wall gets Guinness. Leanne Wood got cake.
Yeah.
We're going to give Brandon...
Some vocal zone.
Oh, why won't they come on?
I don't understand it. Okay, any more for any more, guys?
We should finish on a very wholesome note. On a past episode said how we hate getting mail because as an adult you just get bills or
Yeah.
There's no good letters.
No.
However, we got a postcard.
Okay, let's have a read. So, Dear Mel, Robin and Will, brackets, and Master Darrell.
Oh, Master Darrell. It's like he's 9 years old.
No.
Some episodes back, you'd all expressed how much you enjoyed receiving classic snail mail. Thus, I thought I would send you a little handwritten note to add to what I'm sure is a growing collection of postcard fan mail. First one.
First and last one.
And thank you all for a wonderfully informative and entertaining year. The next live show in Canada, the maple syrup stack platter will be waiting. Thank you, Rob Saville. He also said,
Pob Hwyl, which means like,
good luck. Is that good luck?
well, kind of like Pob Hwyl, like cheerio.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Yeah, a less formal goodbye.
And the postcard is of Toronto.
Oh, it's so lovely. Oh, genuinely, my heart skipped when I saw this.
That's
How
so
lovely.
sweet.
It's really, really sweet.
Toronto.
Thank you so much. Genuinely, that means so much.
Oh, God, every first letter spells help me. Oh, no.
Brandon Dodd.
This is how I communicate. That's very, very sweet, Rob. Thank you very much.
Thank
we really
you.
appreciate
Genuinely,
it.
diolch yn fawr. Thank
Yeah,
you.
diolch yn fawr iawn.
We should start putting them all here.
Yes.
We're allowed to put things on the walls. No.
Darryl shaking his
No.
head.
Well, if we get more, we can't
accommodation.
not then.
Yeah.
You know? Thank you so much. Guys, we'll speak to you next week.
Yeah, looking
next
forward
week.
to it. Bye.
Bye.
Top oil.